Hello, welcome to Deck Obsessed. This is Rhonda, and in this video, I'm reviewing the Raise Your Vibration Oracle deck by international author and spiritual teacher Kyle Gray and graphic designer, illustrator, and spiritual artist Ari Wisner. For those of you who, like me, prefer to clearly see the cards in a deck before you decide to buy it to make sure you resonate with the art and the messages, I'll be showing you every card in the deck. I'll also give a basic overview of the guidebook and read some sample in-depth card descriptions so you can get a feel for the deck's overall deeper meanings. Let's get started. The cards come in this very nice sturdy box. Here are the sides and the back. The Raise Your Vibration has a slight little bit of iridescence. I don't know if you can see that bit of almost holographic, well, iridescent change as I move the deck. There is the message on the box top, high vibes for me, or high vibes for we on the top, and then inside the bottom there's vibes so high your aura becomes a magnet to blessings. The cards and guidebook are 3.5 by 5 inches. There are 48 cards in the deck and they are thick with matte finishing. This is pretty thick cards. Lots of the cards have deep, dark colors reflecting the starry cosmos and our vast possibilities, along with some rich, brighter colors reflecting the chakras or the human body's 7 primary energy centers the cards are associated with. And inside the guidebook, there are black and white pictures of the cards in the meanings section. So the premise of this deck is that everything is energy. And when we elevate our energy or raise our vibration, we are more motivated, we're more aligned with our purpose and our truth, we're more accepting of ourselves, and we are more magnetic. The cards are organized around the chakra system, and each card's message is a reflection of some aspect of the chakra it represents. And by the way, when we become more magnetic, which is what raising your vibration does, among other things, it's easier to manifest. So I like to think of this as a deck that helps us be better manifestors, because if our vibration is high, if we're more magnetic, we are going to be able to manifest. I know that's not the primary aim of the deck, I don't think, but for me, that's one of the things that drew me to this deck. So let's go ahead and have a look at each of the cards. Here's the back of the cards, which is also matte like the front. Okay. Abundance is a state of mind. I am grateful for the earth. The world is blessed to have you. You are not alone. Come home to your body. It's okay to feel what you feel. My sexuality is sacred. Your sensitivity is a gift. I call back my power. I trust my gifts. Let your inner fire warm you, not burn you. Where there's a will, there's a way. Choose kindness. Forgiveness brings freedom. I lovingly accept myself. You are worthy. Notice how the cards go back and forth between these first-person affirmations and these second-person positive statements directed towards you, and these suggested things that you can do. The cards are telling you to do something. Honesty is the best policy. Take the weight of the world off your shoulders. My breath connects me to life. Truth is my teacher. Believing is seeing. Shift your perspective. You are a divine facet of the universe. Your mind is an altar to source energy. I am protected by source. I clear my energy field. See this from a higher perspective. By the way, if you're liking these cards, go ahead and hit the description box. There's a link there where you can purchase it. You are safe here. Clear your karma. I am fulfilled by love. I am surrounded by angels. It is safe for you to shine. I am a light in the world. I am supported on my path. I trust the wisdom within. Relationships are assignments. Facing my shadow removes darkness from the world. Feeling fear is a call for love. Healing myself heals my lineage. I was called here on a mission. I make way for miracles. Living with purpose brings me prosperity. Manifesting is my superpower. My light attracts light. Devotion unites me with the infinite. My aura is magnetic to golden opportunities. My high vibes heal the world. Raise your vibration is a mantra that calls me to light up. And that is the last card. So now we're going to take a look at the guidebook. And we're going to read 3 samples. Just want to note that the guidebook is very well organized and easy to navigate. There are 2 different tables of contents to help you locate the cards in the book. First, the cards are grouped in 12 sections according to the spiritual energy system with page numbers. So there's the ground section. So the first cards are related to your connection to the earth. There's the flow section, the ignite section, the receive, express, see, know, light, integrate, ancient wisdom, manifest, and activate sections. So as I was going through the cards, if you noticed that there was some similarity between groups of cards, that's because they flow together, they belong in a certain grouping. And they're not color coded very obviously, but there is a certain coloring to the cards. Like the last few cards, a lot of them were dark, like you're really out in outer space in the cosmos. There was this theme of truly being connected to the higher realms. So that's the first table of contents. Of course, you have your introduction, how the cards work, and conducting oracle readings sections, but then the interpretation section is listed by first categories, and then there's the A to Z alphabetical listing of the cards. So next we have the introduction, and there are 3 primary sections. 1, how the cards work. 2, conducting readings, and 3, interpreting the cards. So under the how the cards work section, Gray discusses energy and vibration and provides an overview of the 11 chakras, including the 7 primary chakras that a lot of us know about, from the root chakra to the crown, as well as the soul star chakra above our heads, the earth star below our feet, the Gaia gateway in the 5th dimension, and the stellar gateway also in the 5th dimension. And then he goes on to discuss Kundalini energy. Gray also discusses working with integrity and how to bond with your deck, and he includes a prayer to activate your cards in this first section. And next, in the conducting readings section, Gray provides advice on shuffling your cards, cards that jump out while you're shuffling, which Gray suggests are extra cards for extra guidance and not part of your main spread. That's the way I interpret it too. I usually say, oh, this is a higher overarching message that wants to come out, but I don't put jump outs into the spread when I do readings for my clients. He also discusses reversed cards, which he says in this deck, reversals or cards that fall upside down in a reading, those are calls to pay extra attention to the card's guidance. Rather than saying, oh, this is the opposite meaning or this is a negative meaning, this card is just saying, pay extra attention to me. And in addition to a few other topics, Gray provides several card spreads. And in the interpretations of the cards section, there is included a black and white image of each card, the card title beneath it, several paragraphs of guidance, and an affirmation, which Gray calls the vibe of the day. The deck is pretty simple and easy to use. You can give really great readings with this deck, whether you understand the chakras or not. I just want to make that clear. Even though the energy systems are a great part, you saw how simple and straightforward those cards are. You don't have to understand the chakras, but you can take this as an opportunity to learn a little bit more if you don't already understand or know about the chakras. And as you'll see when I read the samples, that'll be much more clear when I read the samples, that you don't have to have that advanced knowledge, because the guidebook provides so much information about the chakras at the beginning of each of the 12 sections, as well as earlier in the how the cards work section, that you can certainly learn more if you like to. Plus, there's always Google and plenty of books on the topic, and I'll be adding some links to decks and books to the description box to help you learn more about chakras. I'll be adding those over time. But again, there's plenty about the chakras in this book, but you may feel compelled to learn more. And if not, there's enough right here. And if you aren't that interested, these cards have powerful messages that work well on their own. So now let's take a look at some of the samples. And let's see. First, I want to get an idea. I want to show an idea of what the, let's see, what are the kinds of messages you get with the chakras. So let's see, this is exactly the page I wanted to go to. So I just want to read this as an example so that you can understand what you learn, what you get when it comes to the chakra definition. So this is the flow section, and this is about the sacral chakra. The sacral chakra is found at the top of the pubic bone, and in Sanskrit, it is known as Svadhisthana, one's own place. Energetically, it governs our sensual sexual organs and represents our capacity to create. On an elemental level, it is governed by the element of water, and so brings in the energy of flow. The sacral chakra cards are about connecting with the ability to trust and flow with the energy of life itself. When we plant seeds, we don't dig them back up to check to see if they're growing, because we trust in the laws of nature and the process. On a vibrational level, these cards are about trusting in whatever is unfolding. So that's the kind of introduction you get to each section, just a kind of example of that. So now we're going to take a look at some of the in-depth card interpretations, and who knows, maybe there's something in these messages you need to hear today. First, we are going to look at the card It's okay to feel what you need to feel. And the messages that I chose today, I picked these out because these are some of the most common messages that come up in readings with the people I work with, my clients and students that I work with. So I chose these because I think they might be the most relevant. So it's okay to feel what you need to feel. And the card interpretation for this is on page 44. It's okay to feel what you feel. There's a lot of information out there that feeling a certain way can manifest blockages in life. But it's important for us to remember we are having a human experience. When we deny how we truly feel, we cast these emotions into our shadow space, and they still affect us. But as we aren't conscious of them, they can create more trouble than we bargained for. Today, the universe is encouraging you to know that it's okay to feel whatever you need to feel. The only way to overcome feelings is by feeling them, so don't beat yourself up for feeling a certain way. Instead, treat yourself kindly by finding a safe space to honestly express it. Let it rise to the surface and be released. Then you can begin taking action steps to move toward how you want to feel. Know that the universe will send support along the way. Lastly, there's the vibe of the day, which is the affirmation. I let myself feel exactly what I need to feel. So it's nice. The card is telling you it's okay to do this. It's teaching you something, but then you can repeatedly say, I let myself feel exactly what I need to feel. So you get this affirmation that matches the message on the card. So the second card we're going to look at is let your inner fire warm you, but not burn you. And we're going to find that card interpretation on page 56. Let your inner fire warm you, not burn you. Your inner fire is the passion you hold within. It's the part of you that wants to make a difference. It's the part of you that has to get up and go. It's the part of you that wants to keep going when everything else is telling you to stop. This flame of inspiration in the core of your being is bright, inspired, and focused. It lights up when you tune into your passions. You tend that flame when you listen to your intuition and express your most authentic self. Like all fires, however, if you put too much fuel on it, your inner fire can become too hot and uncontrollable. It's important to keep it contained and centered. Today, the universe is acknowledging your gifts and passions, but encouraging you to slow down, take your time, and rest. Let yourself be filled up until you are overflowing rather than operating on half empty. You'll enjoy it more, and so will the world. And the vibe of the day is, I take the time to replenish my energy. And lastly, we're going to look at this card. See this from a higher perspective. And we're going to find that card's meaning on page 96. And by the way, I just want to note that the last card about your inner fire, I'm going to guess that's a solar plexus. Yes, that is in the solar plexus. So that's the chakra that's in the center of your belly above the navel, and well, right at the solar plexus area. And that is the chakra that governs the willpower. So just wanted to make that point. And this card, see this from a higher perspective, is connected to the crown chakra, which is at the top of the head, and it is your spiritual connection. I'm not going to go into reading all of the energy centers or all of the chakras, but I just wanted to note that for anyone who knows the chakras and who is curious. So see this from a higher perspective. When this card comes to you, you are in a crucial energy space where you have the real opportunity to move beyond the limitations of your ego and any selfish desires. Today, the universe is coming in and offering you a higher perspective. This time is pivotal in your soul's evolution, for you are learning about your gifts, but also being confronted by your ego and weaknesses. Limiting old ideas will be telling you that there's not enough for everyone, that if you don't fight, you won't succeed, and that if you don't push, you'll never get what you want. There's also a good chance that an old story is revisiting you, but this isn't because you're taking backward steps, it's to remind you how far you've come. This is your chance to take the higher road. Know that you deserve abundance and there is enough to go around. Know that the universe is leading you to your greatest good because good things happen to good people and you are good. Prove it now by doing everything with love and respect. And the vibe of the day is, I choose to take the high road to my highest good. And again, here's the card. So that is it. That is my review of the Raise Your Vibration Oracle deck. Remember, if you'd like to add this deck to your collection, use it for manifesting and overall personal growth. If you want to learn more about the chakras, check the link in the description box where you can purchase the deck and continue reading in the guidebook. I'm also going to include reviews of other decks by Kyle Gray, other related decks and information or resources or other books you can get about the chakras if you're interested. And if you like this review, please leave a comment, hit the like, subscribe, and notification buttons, and check out my other videos. Thank you so much for watching Deck Obsessed. This is Rhonda wishing you a beautiful day. See you next time.